Welcome to Ducks No Sports. This week we're talking about the NHL playoffs. Alright, today we are talking about the western side. Last video we talked about the east, now let's talk about the west. These west playoffs should be good, because I can give you maybe a good 7 teams that could realistically, even 8 teams could go. All these teams could actually go to the final. That's how good. So there's going to be a few, there could be about 3 good teams that they actually go home in the first round. It's going to be really, really exciting stuff. Okay, we'll start with the number 1 seed, Vancouver Canucks, take on number 8 seed, Los Angeles Kings. For everybody, the Canucks are the best team that gets criticized the most, because Vancouver Canucks are a very good team with the Sedins and Kessler and Burrows and all these guys. But they get criticized in the media just because what they did last year in the playoffs was go in the finals and lose in Game 7 and not really being in Game 7. I mean, they got blown out of the water by the Bruins. It wasn't even close at Game 7. It was really an embarrassing moment for the Nucks. But the Vancouver Canucks in this playoffs, it falls on one man, which probably isn't fair, but it falls on Berto Ulongo, because if they lose, it's going to be because of him. If they win, nobody's going to give me credit. It's going to be one of these things where if they lose, and all the one's going to go him. If they win, well, people are going to say, well, they won despite him, which probably isn't really fair, but the way he played in the playoffs last year, not really his best, even though they got to Game 7. Probably not fair, but that's life. But on the other side, you have the Los Angeles Kings, who are getting hot at the right time. I mean, since Jeff Carter came over, they really found their stride. Jonathan Quick, man. What more can I say about Jonathan Quick, man? He's a beast. He might be the best goalie in the league right now. I mean, most consistent goalie in the league right now. Jonathan Quick is such a good goalie. And people might call me crazy, but there should be a siren going off right now, because I'm calling an upset special. The number 8 seed Los Angeles Kings go into Vancouver and beat the Canucks and upset the Canucks. So I like the Kings to get it done. And moving on to number 2 seed, St. Louis Blues, taking on the San Jose Sharks. What more can you say about St. Louis? They got off to such a bad start, but then they fired their coach. They brought in Ken Hitchcock. Did such a great job doing this 2-goalie system with Halak and Elliott. Great job. I mean, they really bought into the system early, and they just got hot. And they just rolled all the way. I mean, we were first in the league for a while there, too. And got hot. You know, they really bought in the system. A lot of players bought in. They might have the best defense in the league. I mean, they're so great on defense. And they can score. A lot of people don't give their scoring credit, but they can score. And there's no word yet on, I haven't heard anything who the goalie is going to be. It sounds like it's going to be Halak, though. Because with the playoffs, you can't go with 2 goalies. You have to go with 1. But it sounds like they're going to go with Halak, which I think is the right choice, because he has playoff experience. He took the Canadiens, a number 8 seed, I think it was, to the East Final. He's a very, very good goalie and a playoff performer. So him being the goalie there, I think, is the right choice. And I really believe the St. Louis Blues team is going to win the Stanley Cup. And like I said, you have the San Jose Sharks. You know, Sharks for years have been a contender. For years and years, always choke in the playoffs, but there's just be something off this year about the Sharks. They're not the same Sharks team, and I don't know what it is, but I just don't like the Sharks this series. I think this could get out of hand fast. I mean, there are old players like Thornton and Marlowe and all these guys. They're just older now. Not the same players they were, and I just don't like the Sharks team. They're not very well built. And I don't see St. Louis winning this series in 5 games. So I like the Blues to win in 5. Moving to probably the most unpredictable series in the playoffs, since this series can go either way, the Phoenix Coyotes and the Chicago Blackhawks. I'll start with Phoenix. You know, after losing their goalie in the offseason, a lot of people thought they were done. But Mike Smith, what a pickup in the offseason. Mike Smith, probably the most underrated pickup in the offseason. Great goalie. And if Phoenix wants to win this series, Mike Smith is going to have to be shutting the door on all of Chicago's tough players. I mean, this lies on one man. It's Mike Smith. And Mike Smith gets hot, the Phoenix Coyotes have a great shot to go to the finals. But if he, Breeze Galloff last year, if he's not so good, then the Phoenix Coyotes have no shot in this series. Move to the outside. Chicago. I mean, it looks like Jonathan Taves is going to be back. So that's going to be good. Chicago, man, they have some of the best players in the league. I mean, they have so much firepower from Taves to Kane to Sharp, who had, I think, 30 goals again. Like, what a player. Sharp might be one of the most underrated players in the league. I mean, Sharp consistently year in, year out just gets the job done. I mean, on defense, you got Seabrook and, of course, Keith. But really, besides those players, not really much there. They're kind of a they're kind of a thin team. Not much. They're really thin after those star players, really thin. And in net, man, Crawford, who I'll give Crawford credit. For the last few weeks, he's been getting the job done. But you're going to have to step your game up even more. This is the playoffs. Crawford's going to have to be the man. He's going to have to stop all these shots because, like I said, they're very thin. So after you get off your few lines, you're going to see probably a lot of shots. And I would be shocked if they get somehow down early in the series against the Coyotes. Maybe they lose the first 2 games on the road. They go back to Chicago down 2. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually pull Crawford and go to Emery because he's been so good at home. But that being said, I think Crawford will just make enough saves. He'll make the big save at the right time. And I think with all that firepower, with Taves coming back, Kane, Sharp, Keith, Seabrook, all these guys, I think it's just too much for Phoenix. And I like the Chicago Blackhawks to take this series in 6 games. And our final series, the Nashville Predators taking on Detroit Red Wings. I will start with Nashville here. Very, very good team. I really like Nashville. I think they were a dark horse to go to the Cup. I mean, last year they took the Canucks to a limit. I think a lot of people forget that. They took that series, the second round series against the Canucks, should have gone either way. But I think they're more ready for the playoffs now. They've more scoring now. It's just not fish now. They have a lot of good players on the offensive side of the game. And to go along with that great defense, I mean, you have Suter, Weber. I mean, with Pekka Rinne, maybe we talked about Jonathan Quick earlier. Pekka Rinne is right behind him. He's one of these top goalies of the year, of the playoffs. And I just think the Nashville Predators are going to be a tough team to stop. Whoever they play, they're going to be in tough order to knock out the playoffs. They're going to be a tough out. On the other side, you have the Red Wings. Here's a year for the Red Wings. Got to a slow start, but then caught on fire mid-season. We're on that 20-plus game home winning streak. And Detroit Red Wings, say what you want, they might be a little older, but they still have some of the best players in the league. I mean, Pavel Datsyuk, probably pound for pound, probably the best player in the league. Zetterberg, Lindstrom, Cleary, Bertuzzi. They have a great team. They have a championship caliber team. But we said it last year, we'll say it again. Can Jimmy Howard get it done? He played really well against Coyotes in round 1, and then fell off in round 2 against the Sharks. And I watched Jimmy Howard. I want to say this guy. I want to say this guy, but I watched Jimmy Howard, and I just don't think that he is a championship-type goalie. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. Hey, maybe he could win a championship one day. He's on a great, great team. But against the Nashville Predators, it's going to be a tall order. He's going to have to be the guy. And I just think, when it's all said and done, I think the Nashville Predators, with home ice advantage, is going to be a top order for the Red Wings. And I just think this goes 7. But I think I like the Predators to win Game 7 on their home ice. And I think they win the series as well. Okay, to recap, I like the Predators. I like the Blackhawks. I like the St. Louis Blues. And for my upset special round 1, I like the Los Angeles Kings to beat the Vancouver Canucks. And this next few weeks is going to be interesting. Round 1 should be always entertaining. Round 1 might be the best series on the wall. But it should be interesting the next few months. There could be some great, great pucks flying around. So it should be a great few months for hockey fans. Alright. That's it for now. Until next time, I'm Andrew Duxbury saying, I'm Dux. And I know sports.